Pull up a chair. Let me tell you a story about Tennessee Williams and how one of America's greatest playwrights decided to disappear into Key West. I'm Mykael Marinelli. Around here, I'm known as Conchquistador. Now, some people would tell you that Tennessee Williams came to Key West because it was beautiful. And while that's the case, and certainly was, and the sunset certainly didn't hurt, that wasn't really the case. You know, writers have been coming to Key West for ages, looking for that something. I know that as a writer myself. Ernest Hemingway, he came for the adventure. Jimmy Buffett came for freedom. Tennessee Williams came for peace. The 1940s Key West was very, very different. It was rough. It was affordable. You could do what you wanted. It was quiet. Tennessee Williams, he would spend mornings writing. He'd spend afternoons walking through old towns. Evenings, he'd go to local bars and sit with the locals who didn't give a shit that he'd written Cat on a Hot Tin Roof or A Streetcar Named Desire. To them, he was just another local. And he loved that. Something almost poetic about that. One of America's greatest playwrights finds comfort in a little island down at the end of the road. Yeah. Some people say he loved Key West because he could have no one bother him here. And others will say he loved it because he was accepted for who he was. And for a gay man in 1940s, that was not an easy thing. So he loved that, and he became part of the rhythm of the island. He wrote here, he laughed here, and you know, the funny thing about Key West is, you know, it has a way of adopting people. Not because they're famous, but because eventually they stop acting like they are. You know, that's why a lot of people say he never left. Figuratively. I mean, his house is still there. His spirit, some say it never checked out. So, the next time you're walking along Duncan, slow down, because you might just be standing in front of where some of the greatest American stories were ever written, by an author who found peace and disappeared into a city where he could just listen to the breeze coming off the ocean. Anyway, that's the way the locals tell it.